So you found the right house, but you can't make an offer because your current home hasn't sold yet. In this video, I'm going to explain to you a loan program that's called buy before you sell, basically, is what it is. It's a program that lets you buy your next home first without selling your current one as a condition of the purchase, as the purchase itself. I'm Jim Kennedy with Kennedy Mortgage here in Austin, Texas. I want to explain this loan program to you because I think it's a very good program. It can be very helpful for a lot of people out there that find homes and they haven't sold the one they have yet. So this is essentially one way that maybe this transaction can still happen for you. So hopefully this will be helpful. Yeah, trying to time a sale and a purchase perfectly puts sellers in a weak negotiation position. A home sale contingency makes an offer less competitive. Sellers often pass on contingent offers when they have other options, as in a non-contingent offer. Waiting to sell the first means moving twice, temporary housing, or living in a house mid showings. So obviously, if you can get into your new home that you fell in love with first before your other home sells, that would be the best opportune situation. How it actually works, how this loan program actually works, equity sitting in your current home gets unlocked and is used as a down payment on your new home, functioning kind of like a short term or zero interest bridge loan against that equity. Because that equity covers the down payment, you're not waiting on a buyer for your current home before you can close on the new one. That's kind of the beauty of this whole loan program itself. You close on the new home first with a non contingent offer, and you compete like a cash buyer in this circumstance. You move into your new home immediately, the list then list the current home on an open market without living in it during the showings. Um, Once the current home sells, the sales proceed repay the equity that was unlocked, and the bridge loan closes itself out. So essentially, this is like a bridge loan type program where you're taking the equity out of the house that you currently own and using that as a down payment. And then once the home sells, you pay that particular loan back. So that's essentially how it works. Why it makes the offer stronger: no home sale contingency in the purchase contract. Sellers see that this is a real offer, not a maybe. No home sale contingency is obviously the what you really want when you put an offer in on a house. Puts the borrower in the same competitive position as an all cash buyer without actually having the cash sitting in the bank account. In a competitive market, that difference is often what wins the house over, is in terms of the seller selling the house and the offer that you put in. Loan options and who's it for? It's available across conventional, non-qualified mortgages, jumbo loan programs, not tied to any narrow one box of a particular loan program that's available out there. Best fit homeowners with real equity built up in their existing home, their existing property that they currently own, and don't want to gamble on timings on two closings perfectly. This kind of helps. It gets to the point where when you have a home and you're trying to buy another home and the simultaneous closings, it gets very difficult. And if we can avoid that altogether with a program like this, it makes things easier for everybody. So especially useful for anyone relocating on a deadline, upsizing, downsizing, or buying in a competitive market where contingent offers routinely lose. So these are some of the scenarios that make this particular program very helpful and very powerful. So what to expect? Realistic framing. This isn't free money. The unlocked equity gets repaid once the current home sells, plus program costs. It's a bridge loan, not a bonus, so to speak. So there's going to be some costs involved and whatnot. And obviously, the loan has to be repaid once your current home sells. Obviously, there's kind of a real timeline pressure to get the old home listed and sold. This works best when the borrower is genuinely ready to sell and not just floating the idea around. So if you found, this would be something where we'd engage in this and into this program, and we'd have the house in the market and we'd try to get it sold as quickly as possible to pay off that bridge loan. But like I said, this is helpful. You have the money, you can make a cash offer, non-contingent offer, so to speak. So like I said, it's a very unique program and it's worth looking into. in a situation like this, where more often than not, this is the situation most people are in when they're trying to sell their home and buy a new one. So, like I said, the program works great. So, to recap and to wrap up, um, buy your first, buy first using your current home's equity. Um, as a down payment, move in, then sell on your own timeline. No contingency, no juggling, two closings. It just makes things simpler, easier on everybody. Who should reach out? Anyone who's found or about to find their next home, but still is stuck with waiting on their current one to sell first. This makes things a lot easier. It's worth looking into to see if the option makes sense. That's what I have for you. Hopefully, this is helpful. It'll keep your thoughts ringing a little bit as far as the options out there when you're in this particular situation. Once again, I'm Jim Kennedy with Kennedy Mortgage, 512-553-2111. Reach out with any questions. We can certainly look at this scenario for you to see if it makes sense. Thank you so much.